Hi everyone, this is for our Youth Justice Integrated Graduate Certificate Program for January of 2020. For those of you who have either started placement, are beginning placement, or plan to start placement in the coming week, it is a quick overview of some of the documents and items that you need to be paying attention to within DC Connect. You will have to go back to your 2019-43 semester, which is your fall semester, to find this information, even though it's happening within this January semester. So I'm on the course homepage. I'm going to go into the content, and essentially we are concentrating on steps 3, 4, and 5 for your information as to what's coming due in the week. You'll see here that the due date on this is January 15th, because technically everyone should have begun their placement by January 13th. Confirmations for email sites will still be going out this week as well. I just need you to understand that this is information that you guys are responsible for. So if you have not done so already, you are responsible for providing us with your placement host details. This is step 3 within the contents on the left. There's a form here for you to click on. You can fill out this form information-wise and then resubmit it once you've completed it. All right, so you would have your program information, which you can simply put YJI. Your company name is host ABC, whatever that looks like. Please include the full address, because we do need the full address for safety and health and safety reasons. Supervisor's name can be the direct person that you've been communicating with during the interview process, etc. Or if you have your actual on-site supervisor, their information can go in here as well. And then your semester would be semester 2 or winter semester, whatever you're comfortable putting. So there is an actual assignment box for this, and that's where that would need to get placed. From this information in this document, that's how I get your host details to confirm your placement with your site. Moving on to step 4, which is your placement orientation paperwork. So this is the information that would go with you to your first day of placement to support your essentially your orientation on site. Your company information here, along with your supervisor's name and their job title, your name, your program, and the semester, again being semester 2. In this section here, you would simply put a yes or a no if the information on the left is applicable. For something like a site first aid orientation, that's simply yes, I have obtained the information and the date was completed on January 13th. And that's simply the site telling you where you might go to find a Band-Aid or what their procedures are for reporting an incident on the job. You would go through this if there's some that are not applicable. A common one that's not applicable might be office safety, or other mechanical materials may not be applicable as well. Both you and the site have to sign this document, and then once again you would have a assignment section in here to please submit that document. This is a document that's due within 2 days of starting your placement. It is a ministry-driven document that we do get audited on. This verifies that you've been oriented to your placement site and have verified that you are familiar with their location, and if anything goes wrong, you know what to do. From there, we move into the 5th step in the documents, and this is more for your information and you to bring to your site supervisor. You'll be responsible for providing them with your timesheet completed by you, and then they essentially just have to verify it. So this is a tool to help you keep track of your hours. Again, pre-fillable information in here as to who's supervising you, etc. And a great way for you to keep track of exactly what you've been doing and having somebody verify that. This information will actually be submitted to Barb in relation to your evaluation criteria with her as your field placement supervisor. Okay, the other is the evaluation form, which is typically completed by your supervisor. If you just provide this to them in an electronic format, they can click through it and type in here documentation in relation to your feedback on your success and what you've been doing in the program on your placement. So you don't have to worry about that, but this is something that you could download as a PDF and send to them electronically. Again, in my email correspondence with them, they will have received it, but it's always good as you as the student to have that information for them. Makes less work for them. I have discussed this in class, but again, it's something just to be aware of, that if you are injured while you're on the job being your placement time, there is a full process to follow. All of the information is available for you here within your DC Connect pages. And there's an online accident injury report if it's needed. There's additional documents all embedded within this section that will help you in the case that you did get hurt. I have talked about this in class, but again, it's something as simple as we once had a student who had gone for tea to Tim Hortons and spilt the tea on his hand and then ended up with a pretty severe burn that did have to get cleaned through WSIB. So even if at the moment it seems like it's nothing, even if at the moment it seems like it's just something that just kind of happens because it's one of those fluke things, it's still best to report it. If you have any questions about any of this at any point in time, you can always connect back with myself or Barb to help you out with it. And then the final document that I want to bring your attention to goes back into step 1, which is in the forms, because some sites do ask for your verification of insurance coverage, and that is in the form of, sorry, when I click on these it shows differently than what you guys will see. That is your student declaration form. So this form that you have access to is essentially you verifying your understanding of being insured, and then you can simply print this off and give a copy of this to your site to verify that you are indeed covered by insurance while on placement. If there's any questions about this, again, please connect with me. I will actually update this form because it still says Michelle, but that's something that can come through me for sure. All right, so I just wanted to bring your attention to those items. Again, they are within the content section. Anything after starting placement is essentially steps 3, 4, and 5. And then the additional information above does have documents and information as appropriate if you need to refer back to it. So don't be afraid to go back into this section on your DC Connect, which is again in your fall 2019 section semester on DC Connect. Thanks so much.